Offensive diabetes jokes. Diabetes has been around for decades now, and it is becoming a menace all over the world. However, despite its severity as a killer disease, people often make fun of it. This disease is not a punchline of a joke, but people often mix humor with diabetes, which is somehow offensive and intimidating to the affected folks. The folks are always crazy and often go through mood swings when the blood sugar levels are too low or high. Due to this, anxiety, depression, and stress can as well build up. Managing this disease daily is overwhelming. Therefore, it is essential to understand the affected person's emotional well-being. If you are a pun lover and always feel pressured to make fun of the diabetic condition, you should avoid jokes because they are offensive. The jokes include, "I am not sick, my pancreas is just lazy." The quote can be funny and offensive if the joke comes from a non-diabetic person directing a diabetic fellow. "It hurts to hear that your pancreas is lazy. The bartender wants a Long Island of 2 beers, a margarita, and a double insulin shot." This joke always reminds diabetic people that they have diabetes and the pain they go through living with it. There is no insulin reaction that a chocolate treat cannot cure. An insulin-filled spoon can help regulate sugar levels. When life gives you a lemon, simply make lemonade with Splenda. "You are too sweet, and you just sent me to a diabetic shock." Diabetes 2 told Diabetes 1 that it is juvenile. "Laughter is always the best medicine unless you have diabetes, then insulin is the better one." "Blood sugar is the world's most excellent scapegoat." Diabetes screening is just a movie about sugar. Diabetes is a pun-creating disease. "Does this wear to make me look diabetic?" This can be offensive, especially to a type 1 diabetic person, because of the high and low fluctuations. Somehow, they look crazy, so saying that the shirt is making you diabetic can negatively affect a person with type 1 diabetes. High-low, it is off to test we go." The fluctuating nature of the diabetic condition, mainly types 1 diabetes, can make this joke offensive. "I am capable of doing anything art, from making insulin." The joke is kind of funny but offensive at the same time. Somebody suffering from the disease can think you do not wish them well, provided that insulin regulates their blood sugar levels. "Thanks for the cookies, you are sweeter than diabetes." While this can sound hilarious, it can be offensive to some. People are different, and you should understand that. The joke implies that being diabetic means consuming too much sugar, which is a misconception. #diabetic coma. This hashtag all over Twitter is a comedy, but the harsh reality is that this stipulated diabetic coma is real. This is a form of spreading a lousy misconception that being in a diabetic coma means overeating food. It hurts to see people make a highlighted joke like this without realizing that they inflict pain on the victims. Life is like a carton of chocolates, which sucks if you have diabetes. Equating life to chocolate and telling how chocolates suck when one has diabetes is a hurtful joke. It makes the victims feel that they consumed too much sugar earlier in their life while there is no identified cause for diabetes. 2 overweight individuals are fighting over a burger. Who will win? Type 2 diabetes. This sounds like a joke, right? But an expensive one. A burger has nothing to do with blood sugar levels, but the joke tends to spread the myth that too much food causes obesity and diabetes. "You are overweight, I will not sugarcoat because you want to consume that too." This is an expensive joke and sucks. It portrays fat people as excessive eaters and people who eat anything, including junk foods, which is also a misconception. Being diabetic for a long time is a mere force of your steak that can make your fingers ooze blood. Although not such harsh, the joke is intimidating and sounds like discrimination against the victims. Diabetes is a 24-hour full-time job with no sick days nor vacation, so does it mean you start getting paid? The question is a joke but a serious one. Diabetes is hectic, and managing it is not such. The response to this joke questions asking if the person wants to get paid sucks. There is no way one can get paid while dealing with diabetes. You will know you are low when you try to text someone using your insulin pump. Some individuals shoot up when they are high, a little diabetic. At least it is not cancer. Most people succumb to cancer and diabetes, but comparing the two makes the victim feel the severity of the disease. Cheers to diabetic people for surviving through every day. The joke is a kind of motivation, but it is offensive depending on the context and joking. A friend asking a diabetic person if they are sure they want to eat whenever they see them eating. The question is hurting as most people think that diabetes is caused by excessive eating. Conclusion. Diabetes jokes are sometimes hilarious but depending on the context and who is making the joke. Perhaps these are the funniest jokes to make, and even the victims themselves do a stunt. However, these jokes lose their humor when the individual telling the joke is ignorant of the disease's condition. That is either the individual, who has a misconception about the condition, or an unfamiliar individual condition severity. A diabetes joke can also be humorous if the person making fun is on good terms with the person they are making fun of, but this still depends on the context. Several people have diabetes and will not find any humorous statement about their condition funny to wrap it all. Some people are struggling with the disease, so be considerate of them whenever you want to make fun of their situation. If your blood sugar level is high, you need help and you need now. Click on the link below to find out how you can get it down and be healthy.